Guys, can y'all hear me? Just a thumbs up and a yeah, cool.
Janet, do you want us mute or not?
You can unmute for now if y'all want to say hey, and then once we kind of get started, we can mute. It's good to see everybody. How are y'all? Hey, Margot.
Hello.
Hi.
How's everybody doing?
My dogs are driving me crazy.
I'm making a cake, so my beeper's going to beep.
Woo!
Oh, that's nice. I'm ready to trade a son and a husband. Any takers? Not even trade. I'll just give them to you.
No, I got my own too. I don't need another son and husband.
Yeah, do you want, maybe I'll trade you my 3 kids, ages 16, 12, and 6. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, no. I mean, they're both fine. They're working. I mean, they're essential. But they're not always essential to me sometimes.
I feel you. And then, my poor husband, he works from home full time all the time. So he has kind of like his norms and routines. And I think, we're cramping his style a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm cramping my dog's lifestyle.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to change the gallery. We'll all see each other for a second. And then I'll switch back.
They don't complain about the cooking, though. They like the cooking.
Yes, it is nice to have time to do some of that other stuff that maybe I put on the back burner sometimes. All right, it's 2:02, so I think we're going to get started. We're in Zoom for this meeting, and so if you haven't been in Zoom before, here we are. Zoom does give the presenter a little more control than you're going to be used to in Meet. So for example, right now, I just muted everybody with the click of one button, which is really nice. And I'm actually going to pull us out of that kind of grid view. I think I can, well, I don't like that one. And I don't like that one. Sorry, y'all. I'm doing a lot of switching there. Okay, so you should see me probably pinned, but I'm going to share my screen with you guys in just a second. So yay, we're here. We're going to look at Flipgrid today, and we're going to think about it for that asynchronous classroom. So how can this work for students to be able to record themselves? So I did a webinar this morning looking at Zoom and at Meet, which are both really great options for those live sessions. But I want you to think about Flipgrid as a really great tool for posting the link in Google Classroom and kids being able to come in and record themselves as their schedule allows. And so that's how we're going to approach it today. So we're going to look at nuts and bolts, setting it up. What do you need to know? And then I'm actually also going to show you a student view and some really cool features that maybe you don't know exist in Flipgrid. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Do you guys see my screen? And you can just give me like a thumbs up. Yes, awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go to Flipgrid. Now there is a Flipgrid app, but that is for the student experience on a mobile device. So like on an iPad or something like that. It's not going to be, the teacher experience. So the teacher experience you're really going to want like on a computer or a Chromebook. You can get to it on an iPad, but you're going to like it better on that more traditional device. So I'm going to head over here to that educator login. Now, I already have an account, but you're going to see the option to sign up or sign in with Google. Make sure you take it because it's going to help kind of manage your account and get kids connected. So when I land here, this is my main screen. These are my grids. So think about grids as classrooms, okay? So I would want to make a new grid for all of my classrooms. So it might be, you know, if you're ELA, it could be, you know, my first and second period block in ELA. If you're math, it might be, you know, fourth period math. I would recommend setting up a grid or a class for each of your class periods. It will make it a lot easier for you guys to manage your student videos and kind of keep track of who is submitting and turning in what. This next option here is super important. Select a grid type. We want to make sure that we are protecting students' privacy, and so we want to select the school email login option. So not only does this make it password protected for them, it also allows them to get back to their videos at any point in time. So it doesn't make it a one and done. You can create a unique classroom code if you want to right here. So I might say Wenninghoff, fourth period. Now I'm going to say next. It is going to ask me to identify the domain that is attached to our student email addresses. So it already recognizes @nisd.net because that's my teacher login, but our students' email addresses are at students.nisd.net. And we want to make sure that we add that. If we don't, they won't be able to log in. So I'm ready to go. So you're going to notice there's a button here, share to classroom. Keep in mind, if you share this code, it is like sharing your whole classroom at one time with your students. I would recommend instead go to your grid. Grid equals classroom. So you're going to notice here that I have topics. Topics are assignments. So grids are classroom, topics are assignments. I can add a new topic. So maybe you want to say, tell me or maybe let's keep it more general. That's the title of my assignment. In my recording time, I can have it be as short as 15 seconds, or it can be as long as 10 minutes. Word of caution. Some of your kiddos, if you give them the option to record for 10 minutes, they will talk to you for 10 minutes. I really like that 1 minute and 30 second, which is usually the default. It usually is enough time for them to tell you all the things, but it's tight enough that they're not going to just tell you things that are not pertaining to the question. So you can give them a prompt. Tell me all about the favorite. And it might be, explain to me, you know, your math thinking on the problems that you worked on Monday's homework. Or tell me everything you remember about the force and motion lab. Whatever you think the prompt is, you can put it there. You do have the option to record a video. If you select that, you can record yourself talking to your students, and it might just be reiterating those same directions that are in the prompt, but that can be really useful for your SE students and for your Ls that maybe don't need all the text and they could really benefit from seeing that in a video. Okay. So other things here, I can include a video. If I needed to include an image, So maybe I wanted to reference some sentence stems. Maybe there was a chart or a graph they needed to see with it. I could connect all those things here. But I am pretty ready to create that topic. So this code that is here, that is unique for this specific topic. And remember, topics are assignments. So if I wanted to post this in Google Classroom, I can. So I'm gonna click that button and it's gonna open up this other little window and it's gonna say, hey, Miss Winninghoff, what class do you wanna post that to? And I'm gonna say, yep, there's my class. And I can even say, you know, is this an assignment? Am I just asking a question? Is it an announcement? And remember the difference between assignment and announcements. Assignments are things that we want the kids to turn in to us, and it's visible underneath that classwork tab. Announcements are just general statements, information for the good of the class, and that lands in the stream, which is in the stream tab. And remember, in stream, the most recent post is at the top, and as you post more things, that stream kind of gets pushed down. So let's say I'm just going to create an assignment, and I'm going to say go, and then it's going to prompt me all the way through.
Excuse me, Sharon, are you still on the topic is ready, or are you already in classroom? Because I think my computer froze.
I am in, and it's Janet, I am in Flipgrid, and I have decided that I'm going to post this little video to the classroom.
Oh, so you are,
So it's
okay.
opened up a video.
Thanks.
Sure, no problem. So again, I'm posting right here in my classroom, and I can give instructions.
Janet, I don't see anything either. The only thing I see a white little option box that says your topic is ready. Is that what I should be seeing?
Are you seeing my screen?
As well.
No, it just says your topic is ready, and it has your Flipgrid, I guess the code that you're gonna copy.
Oh, you're not seeing this because it's in another window. Interesting. Okay, sorry. So I guess this is me telling you about this. So when I clicked that button that is right here, the Google Classroom button, just know that it pushes me through and it gives me all of the Google Classroom options, and I don't ever have to really leave Flipgrid, if that makes sense. Thanks you guys for letting me know that. Okay, so this is my favorite short story, and I don't have any responses yet, so I don't see anything here. I could record my own response if I want to, if I'm like, you know, my favorite short story this year was, and whatever it was, and you can kind of talk to them about it. So let's look at that student view. Sound good? So I'm going to stop sharing this screen. And I should be back. And then I should be able to, I'm going to mirror my iPad because I want to show you something pretty cool. So students can access Flipgrid from any device. And that is a Chromebook or an iPad or a cell phone, whatever they have, they can access it. If they are accessing it from the iPad, they're actually going to get some kind of cool additional features. So I have the Flipgrid app installed, and I've already joined this class, and I'm going to be ready to record my video. Sorry, I'm covering that. Not doing a very good job. Hey. So you're going to notice down at the bottom of the tray here, I have a little, like, it looks like a crystal ball. I don't really know what else to call that. Kids can give themselves filters. So if they don't really love being on video, there are some ways for them to not have to be like front and center. Super cute. Love it. Okay, the other thing they can do is they can text or they can type. on their screen. So if they want to type a little message there. The next one over is the smiley face. And so they might even want to just put a sticker over themselves, which they can totally do for those shy kiddos. They can annotate or draw on the screen.
Excuse me, are they doing that while they're videoing, or are they going back to edit later?
They can do this while they're videoing. So you'll see the red video button kind of at the bottom of the screen here, and I will click that, and I am recording my response. So, hey, my favorite short story this year was, and then they can kind of draw and work through their thinking if they want to. If they want just a plain whiteboard, you'll notice that there is it looks like kind of a dry erase board button here. And I'm actually going to click it, and it gives me like that traditional dry erase board. So I really love this for students to show their work. So they hit that record button, and then they're able to write on the screen. So for my math folks, if you're wanting for them to kind of work through a problem, they can give you both the narration and they can show you their work. Art folks, if we have anybody in here for art, they could sketch something on there for you. Just lots of good options in terms of their responses. And then when they're done with that, in the bottom left, or I'm sorry, bottom right corner of the screen, there is that play button. And it's gonna push them through. Took a selfie, look at me with my no makeup self. And it's gonna name it because they logged in as a student. They can title their work if they want. My sketch. And then they can submit their video. If they want to share or copy a link so that they can get back to it later, or maybe they want to send the link to mom or dad, they have that option that's right there. Otherwise, we want them to return to the grid. So let's look and see what that looks like on the student side. So I'm going to stop sharing that screen. Hi. And then I'm going to go back to the teacher screen in Flipgrid. Okay, so I'm back here in Flipgrid, and I'm going to go to that grid where we just recorded, which was second period. Okay, it wasn't second period. That's awesome. Sorry, guys. Here we go, second period math. So that video is there. And so I am here, and I'm going to click on that topic, and now I'm going to see that student video here. And so as the teacher, this is my teacher screen. Oh, let me let them in. Sorry, guys. So I can let them in, and then they are here. We're looking at the videos. I can click on the actions button, and I can respond to them. So let's say I want to click on her video, my own video, sorry. So I click on her video, and I can leave her comments. Hey, that was my favorite story too. And then I can email the feedback. I can copy the feedback link, which you may need to do, or you may need to just send a reminder to the whole class, reminding them, hey, I've given you guys all feedback. You can go check that out. You can edit it, and then you can also share it. Let's say you're like, oh, I love this video. I really want to share this with, you know, maybe my ESL support teacher. because they're working with this student and I want to share that video link with them, I could copy this and I can share that video with other people. And as I see all of my kids posting their videos, they will kind of populate here on this screen. So I think that's kind of it for nuts and bolts. I want to kind of open it up for questions. And so if you guys, I don't know if I want to unmute all, but you should be able to unmute yourselves. So if you have a question or something you want to ask to the group, you can go ahead and unmute it. And then I think there's also a chat going. So I'm going to see. Lynette says, did I say anything about download and share option? Do you suggest to turn it off? I don't think so. I really like the idea of, you know, things being shared out there, but Lynette, if you have a specific concern, just let me know. Maybe we could chat through that. So you guys feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to unmute yourself. Go ahead, Margot. Do I have to unmute you? Oh, you're unmuted.
Okay.
Good.
I just didn't want to interrupt anybody, but the kids, when I took the meeting today to kind of as a refresher, but the kids in the past have been self-conscious. Can only the teacher view the Flipgrid?
You can set it up that way so that only the teacher views the Flipgrid. Let me jump back over there to that screen.
Okay.
And we'll talk about that. Okay, so let's say I'm here in my grid. Let me go back to my grids. So let's say I'm here in that second period math classroom.
Sure.
And I'm going to add a new topic.
Okay.
Sample. And then I'm going to leave all of that and I'm going to say more options. And so see that student to student reply? I'm going to turn that off.
Okay.
And another thing, if you want, let's say you want to leave it on so they can see each other, but you're like, maybe I want to see those videos first. You can turn on this video moderation piece. And that means that you, the teacher, will have to approve those videos before all of that happens, before anybody else can see them. If you scroll down, you can see the other things. You can let students like the videos, but again, if you turn off that view piece, they won't be able to do that. Lynette, I know you asked about the linking and stuff. I think some of those features are here. And then feedback is also, there's some feedback settings here if you want to just basic feedback, or if you want to build a rubric or something like that, but that might be more than what you guys need right now. And then I would just hit create. Oh, I have to give a prompt, sorry. Okay, all set, ready to go. Other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. Okay, Katie says, okay, I got here late. Are you gonna send this tutorial? I am gonna send this in a tutorial. It is recording and I'll get you guys that video later, so it will come to you. Absolutely, Chris says. Katie says, is there a way to duplicate the topic into multiple classrooms? Yes and no. So let me jump back to that present screen. So I'm back here in my my class. So I make, you know, this topic, which is my assignment, in the second period class, which I want. Now I can take this assignment sample and I can actually, let's say I'm going to share it and I'm going to hit that Google Classroom button and I can actually post it to my first period, second period, third period. But all of those responses are going to land here in my Flipgrid second period class. So yes, you can post it to multiple classes, but it's not really going to function the way you probably want it to.
Okay, I think what I meant to ask was,
Yeah.
if I I guess the topic, can I duplicate it instead of having to retype everything into multiple grids? I guess would have been the better way to ask.
Okay, let's look at that. Good question. Okay, so let's say this is my topic, and let's say actions. And I'm going to say duplicate topic, Katie. And then yes, it is going to let me duplicate that to my other grids here. So then I could post it to like my 4th period math, and then whatever, and I could duplicate it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
For sure. Let me jump back over to the chat. And let's see. Yes. Somebody is asking, you can video yourself. Yes, that is correct. So it doesn't have to be a typewritten question. You can just record yourself, and it might be reading a prompt or just saying, hey guys, I miss you. Tell me how you're doing. Kind of that thing, building that relationship piece. How can you track who watched it? I don't know if there is a tracking feature on watching the videos. I don't think it has that capability. Is there an option for students to create a Flipgrid video to attach to a Google Classroom assignment without the teacher creating a Flipgrid class? No, I think you would have to go in and create the class, because when you send that out to Google Classroom, it's just auto-generating the link in Google Classroom to push your students back to Flipgrid. So you still have to have that Flipgrid piece. How long can your instructions or explanations be? Ooh, I don't know if it will tell us how long that is. Let's see if it will let us do that. I don't know if it's going to let me record myself giving directions because I'm recording a session live, but we can surely try. So let's say I'm going to add a new topic, and this is going to be a video topic. And here I come right down here to record the video, and that's going to record myself. Okay. So it doesn't like it because I'm already recording, but I don't know if you guys saw up here in the top right corner, it said 10 minutes. So to me, that looks like I have a 10-minute window where I could record myself. And that is, again, the max time that students could record themselves. So I think it's 10 minutes both ways. I'm just looking through the questions right now. Oh, I think that's kind of it. Any other options? Y'all feel free to unmute yourselves too. You feeling pretty good? Yeah, I see you guys shaking your heads.
Yeah, good.
Good. So like I said, I really love this as a way for kiddos to be able to record themselves in that kind of asynchronous environment. They may not be able to do your Zoom or your Meet at 12:30 every day. So giving them the option to just record when they can so that you can still have that two-way dialogue is really powerful. Any last questions? Okay, so again, I am going to have the recording of today's session, and I will post that both on the Facebook group, and I will email it out to you guys. And if you need anything, your academic technology coach is there to help you, either Jeanette or Jean or Anna or myself. And thanks for joining me today. And if you use this with your kids, tweet about it, post about it on the Facebook page. Definitely want to hear about how it's going.
Janet, what
Yes, ma'am.
Facebook page? What Facebook page are you talking about?
Margot, we have a Facebook page. It's called Go the Distance Learning. I'll send you the link.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Are you on Facebook?
I am, mostly for teacher stuff.
Yeah, this is a teacher group. And
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're posting like links, resources, different webinars that we're doing, hosting. And so it's it's a shared Facebook page between myself and the other middle school academic technology coaches. And so anything that we're offering in terms of webinars, we're posting there. So like the other day, Anna did a session on Explain Everything, and she posted it on the Facebook group. And so anybody can join that. And so you're not just limited to the stuff that your coach is offering.
Oh, that's great. Send recipes too if you want. I like recipes.
Maybe some recipes. Anna's the cook in our group, so maybe she'll post some recipes for us.
Oh, I love to cook.
Jackie says, can we join if it's not with our NISD email? Jackie, are we talking about the Flipgrid? Oh, the Facebook link. Oh, Facebook. Yes, if you just go to Facebook and you search up Go the Distance Learning, you should find our page. And if you're like, hey, I can't find that page, just shoot your coach an email and we'll send you the link. All right, you guys, I think that's our time for today. You were awesome. I'm super glad you were here. Let me know how all of this is going for you. And if you need some support, reach out to your coach. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.